Welcome to Crimson Guitars, welcome to the 2020 challenge. I'm going to be building a guitar that you designed in 20 hours and 20 minutes. Burn it. Haha, yay! We've got 16 hours, 17 minutes, and 18 seconds to go. 16, 17, 18. That's pretty cool. There's a joke in there somewhere. I'm too tired. Let me know in the comments below what I should have said now. Resuming. It is now 4 o'clock in the afternoon on day one. That means that this neck has been gluing for 4 hours. And yeah, we're done. We're dusted. Let us get on with the build. Band saw. Dude, where did I put my router cutter? There's all this talk about putting things back when you're done. And that's fine when everything has a home, but I haven't actually sorted out where my router cutters go beyond there's a pile. So what I wanted was a raiding cutter with a bearing on the top, because I don't like having the exposed router cutter on the top of anything. It's scary. But I'm just gonna have to make do. Protecteth one's eyes. Seems good. Smells good. No. No, 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 no. I am not gonna bind it in copper. Forget it. That's a different build entirely. I'm going to need a router and, well, no, a router table's fine. Let's see what I've got then. That's the router cutter I was looking for earlier. Full. So we've got a relatively new router cutter with a small bearing on it. That's going to give us a relatively delicate piece of binding. Red against red is just boring. So we'll run that, do a nice channel, and it'll pick out everything. Somewhere about that. I think that's going to look pretty good. I'm going to radius the fretboard, do all of that, mark the fret slots out, cut the fret slots, and then figure out the headstock shape, put the tuners in the right place. I am going to then also mark out and cut away all of the excess of neck wood, etc. And we're well on the way to a finished guitar. Well on the way. I've only had 5 cups of coffee today though, so far, so. Goodbye. Oh, I need to pause that, don't I? Crikey. Pause. 15:52:49. I am now 7 cups of coffee in. And it's later, so actually the tops are now cured properly, and everything's moving forward quite nicely. Okay, so essentially we want it to be even though one side is slightly longer. So now we need to go, we've got the edges worked out rather well. Now we put a radius in. Okay, that's spot on 12. And that is pretty bloody close to. All right, that's spot on 12 too. Let's see where we're at now. Not quite 14, but get in there. Okay, we're sort of about 15 there. And we're still 12 here. And we're pretty bloody straight. Following where the strings would be. Just evening it out. Okay, where are we? 15 hours, 41 minutes, 22 seconds to go. That was good. And let us just double check that I haven't horrifically messed this up. 5, 5 to 5.5. 5.5. Woohoo! Oh, woohoo! This is an exciting time. You see, I'm drinking that. I look up, and there in the corner is one of the new Scions. That's one of my next projects. That's going to be a Star Wars guitar. I'm going to do some Star Wars inlays on that fantastic bit of Ziricote. And it's distracting me because it's making me think of the next project and the next project. But, okay, that wasn't very long. And we now have a compound radius fretboard using just hand tools. Now this is the one problem. Sanding takes a while. You can do this with a random orbital sander or something like that if you're very careful. You can do it with a big old belt sander if you're very, very careful. And it wouldn't be necessary if this Paduk wasn't cross-grained. We're getting there. All good. Because we have a multi-scale length, the scale length is actually set at the position of the strings, which is fine and well and good. But I have removed some material, haven't I? From where the binding is going to be. So I must take that into account. Although, I mean, quite frankly, you're talking about the difference of a millimetre or two, and really, who's measuring? I am. Okay. Of course, this is hanging off the edge of the fretboard, which does make it somewhat problematic. That all looks good. I had a pause for thought at the 12th fret because that looks weird. It was weird because it was parallel. So to make things a little bit easier, I'm going to go a little bit safer as well. I'm going to go with a scalpel across every single one of these frets. I'll just mark that again. That gives the saw something to bite into. You see, I'm putting my knife into the slot and then bringing the protractor, the ruler or whatever, across, match up with the line. Okay. So again, we double check. 25.5, 24.75. Right done. It's 12. What have I done? It doesn't look like my 12th fret is parallel. It looks like my 11th fret is parallel. Not that it makes any difference. Doom-de-doom. Now this is the thing. So 24.75 is Gibson, which is where I'm at. And that's my 12th fret. And that doesn't look parallel, does it? They've messed up at some point. Oh, come on, that's the wrong way around. So are you. No, fine. So yeah, all of that talk, and I've made my 10th fret parallel. What have I done? What have I done? Yeah, sort of. How strange. All right, so yeah, what I did at some point was, and it makes no real difference to the guitar whatsoever, it just pushes when you're playing up at the nut. It's just a little bit more of an angle, a little bit less of an angle, actually. Yeah, essentially, I got the angle wrong at the end of the headstock, at the nut end. Maybe I should stop. That would be wise. So we're not going to stop. The other thing I need to really work out is the straight string pull. Oh, which is a bloody nightmare when you've got all sorts of different angles and things. Getting tired now. Can you imagine if I was actually doing this in 20 hours non-stop? Let's see actually how long this does take us. Just for, you know, bragging rights. Eight minutes, pretty cool. That's 8 minutes to cut fret slots. The fact that they're fanned, it would have been 8 minutes or thereabouts if it had been normal fret slots. However, measure, swear. Measure, cut. Let's just double check that we have what we think we have. We have a fretboard. All right. Where did my inlay go? Aha. There we go. Yeah. So the real question is, how is it orientated on my head? This was one of the votes. We had a number of people suggested more than anybody else. We had hundreds of suggestions for inlays, and most of them were just varied. I mean, we had, you don't know what we had, lots and lots and lots. But at least, I think it was 8 or a dozen or something like that, suggested something based on my head tattoos. So here we are. Obviously I need to do something about that. That needs to be cut to a different shape. While we have the fret saw, we might as well do that now. So the Crimson Guitars fret slotting saw cuts on the pull. We'll chop the rest of that off later. Where do we want you? So the frets are going to cover those two joints. Oh, that's nicer. Although there, the frets are going to cover the ends of each of them. So possibly, I'm quite happy with that actually, because in playing position, that's going to be what it is, and it doesn't really have to be anything. I know what I need. I need some Black Country Communion and some routing. Alright, so it's a 0.5mm milling cutter. A little bit delicate. Okay. The last thing you want, this is the second time I've said this in this series, is super glue in your eyes. Well, I mean, I can think of a few worse things, but super glue in your eyes is certainly something that you don't want. Oh no, it's on the wrong fret. I did check. Now I need to double check, triple check, quadruple check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's on the 12th fret. Phew. And I'm just going to widen it around where the fret's going in, because the tangs are wider than the slots, and the tangs would then push out the copper. It just wouldn't be good. Okay, that's good. Now, triangular file. Let us find a little. Where is my triangular file? There's one. Oh no, there's my baby. Oh. I've had this file in this, funnily enough, Hadouk handle for this exact purpose for many years now, actually. So what I'm doing is just opening up the fret slot to make it easier when the time comes to do the fretting. It's going to just help locate the fret a little bit better. It's not absolutely essential. Maybe I should be cutting out non-essential tasks at this point. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to click like and subscribe and hit that notification button and all that jazz. In all seriousness, a huge amount of our viewers are not subscribed, which is strange. Don't understand. Don't understand at all. So that's good. So I pulled out this chunk of wood earlier. This is a piece of, yes, because I've got black hardware. So this is fine. This is a piece of bog oak that, so it's 3,000 years old. It came from a gentleman who gave me a chunk to build a guitar out of, and I'm building a guitar out of it. And this is one of the pieces from there. And I'm going to do my binding out of it. Stop squeaking. It's a Baby Veritas tool that actually is a real tool. There was a bit of fretboard that shot out, and it's caused a little bit of a problem, really. But that's okay. Fine. Wait, stick. It's the noise, I like the noise. Isn't that fun? Okay, this bit needs to be playing just a little bit more. That's better. Yeah, much better. Yes, that's an epoxy mixing pot. It has been marked drinky poo, so don't worry too much. That's fine. Double check I'm in the right place. Hit it. Manipulate it. Ow. That hurt. I feel betrayed by masking tape. Can you believe it? How could you do it to me? Okay. Yo. Actually, that reminds me. Let me check. Nope, I still have audio. Despite my best efforts at ripping the microphone out of my the microphone cable out of the thing and stuff. It happens every now and then. I've only totally destroyed one. 14, 14, 54. Okay. Clamp. Masking tape. Yes. I do go through rather a lot of masking tape. $14, $11, $43. Pause. We're done. That's another episode. It's all good. We even got to use my tiny plane. I don't know what's up with the accents. I'm sorry. Okay, that's good. I'm quite happy with this now. A few mistakes, but you know, here's what it is. You go back there. This is going to sit and cure for a little while. In the next episode, I'm going to bandsaw away the excess, route away the remaining excess. I am going to cut the back of what is going to be the instrument. I'm going to actually get the Explorer-esque shape out of one of these pieces of Padook and finalize that. And I'm going to glue that to this. But no, I say, niet. Before I do that, oh, poop. See, I want to do that. I want to glue that to this before I go home tonight. But I need to carve the neck first. Oh my gosh. Well, we best get filming. Poop. Like and subscribe. These are not the droids you were looking for. Okay, fine. Cool. I've still got 14 hours to go. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. I can glue that on tomorrow. We're fine. We're good. It's all right. It's fine. Coffee? No, it's far too late.